Guys, to talk about the box office. So we're gonna be talking about uh the top 10 movies that were released this week that are on the list. So it's gonna be a very slow week because there's no movies coming out the next 2 weeks other than Scream. I think even Scream should have good weeks. The next time is when Moonfall comes out and stuff, and that comes out in February 4th. But the problem is next month there's no franchise films to really keep the month together. I know there's Death on the Nile, which should do okay, and there's of course the Uncharted movie, which might actually make money, and might actually do well because there's no other movies coming out, basically. So yeah, so the number one movie is Paramount's Scream movie, which the Phantom Menace is not gonna like this at all because the movie got really well received by fans, except for the Phantom Menace, because of course they don't like anything. The budget is $30 million, and the box office is basically made. Actually, the budget's $24 million. So the movie has made $40 million. There's no four numbers yet, but even then, the movie already needs to make another $14 million to break even, and it making $14 million more is very likely dust in America. There was no foreign ones. I expect there to be foreign numbers on like Box Office Mojo, but I think the movie probably did around $40 million worldwide. Wide. But Box Office Mojo doesn't have the updated box office at all. Which yeah, they don't have it updated. They don't have it because for some reason the numbers never reports the international sales for some movies. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Next is No Way Home. Let's look at SPC. They have made $1.6 billion worldwide. The movie is definitely slowing down, but it should pass $700 million at the very least. And it should have good ratings for the next 2 months because there's no new franchise movies coming out. But the problem is, how much money is Sony gonna get out of this movie? More money. I think it could make around $150 million domestically and around $1 billion worldwide, making its worldwide gross around 1.75 billion dollars worldwide. So yeah, and this is of course about China, now as well. Yeah, there's no China sales for Spider-Man No Way Home, so even did well in India, which is surprising. It did well in every country, but didn't get a China release, which it did really well in Mexico, South Korea, France, Australia, Brazil, Russia, Germany, and even India for once. And yeah, and the fact of the matter saying, oh, but people were, blah blah blah, they use that. But again, let's compare Spider-Man No Way Home to Black Widow. Black Widow is a solo movie, whereas again, for a character that never got a solo movie, so it's kind of like taking a risk anyways, because they were made two Spider-Man No Way movies. They know what works for Spider-Man. They did not. They did not make a Black Widow solo movie before, and they also put it on Disney Plus, unlike Spider-Man No Way Home and Shang-Chi, which is why Black Widow still made West by the Eternals, which also didn't release on Disney Plus. So, with according to sites, it made around $120 to $200 million on Disney Plus. So yeah, No Way Home is here. Next is Sing 2. Yeah, Sing 2. Yeah, we're talking about Sing 2 again. This movie has done extremely well. Well, worldwide, this movie has become now been in the money making range. Is no longer it is not a box office failure, unlike every other animated film of the year. Which is the most ironic part that even then, Illumination still finds a way to make money in a pandemic. So, and the first movie did okay, like 600 million, but okay, and but yeah, Sing 2 is still doing far worse than Sing 1 at the box office, but it is still performing basically legs wise like the first movie. 355, a movie that really no one asked for, and it's actually having not horrible ratings because there's no other movies coming out. So it is not having the worst ratings, but it's still a box office failure because it has a $75 million budget. The Kingsman, once again, this movie's continuing to have really good ratings for a movie that was supposed to be a box office failure. We don't know the budget for the movie still, but it's still doing really well for a movie that was basically written off as a failure. Next is Belle. Yeah, it's a Japanese movie, basically. So next is American Underdog. This movie continued to do pretty well. So now we're talking about West Side Story, Spielberg's big flop. Okay, this is a this is a remake actually, and this is just proves that people don't want remakes, endless remakes. Hollywood, okay. This is basically the audience is telling you, people don't want remakes. Okay, Hollywood like, let's remake this. Let's bring this back. Let's bring this IP back that made millions of dollars in the past. It's not working anymore. Okay, West Side Story is a failure, and of course we have another example of the same type of thing, Matrix Resurrections. This movie is a failure. Okay, it's doing far worse than all of the other Matrix movies ever made, which is only 3 other ones. Okay, no one wanting this is proof that nobody wanted a fourth Matrix movie. And that's basically about this video. Goodbye.